Hello everyone, Mike here. It's December the 1st. Welcome to another episode of my Parkinson's journey. I'm just really thrilled to have everyone here. Thank you for watching. Please share the videos. Tell your friends about them, tell your family about them. And if you know anyone with Parkinson's, please share it with them. And if you're watching and you do have Parkinson's, please reach out to me. I'm always interested in talking to someone. We're stronger together than we are separately. I've learned that. And, it's great to have everybody. And I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Let me recap my week. We had a very nice Thanksgiving. It was very different this year. My mother-in-law passed away in February. And so it was the first big holiday without her. And it was just very different. My wife and I went out to dinner. We had a very nice time. We miss her terribly. She would have been a tremendous source of stability and guidance with this diagnosis I've got. She would have immediately gotten us calm. And I miss that terribly. I miss her counsel. I miss her advice. I miss her yelling at me. So, Black Friday, we didn't do anything. I've worked too many of them in my life. I don't shop on that day. I don't go near a store on that day. They aren't what they used to be, believe me. That they're not the madhouse. And one year when I worked for Best Buy, I saw a man punch a woman right in the face trying to get in the store. It's just, there isn't that kind of insanity anymore. Saturday, we went to the Phillies Christmas Tree Lighting at Citizens Bank Park. They also that day have a huge sale in their store. You can get stuff as much as 75% off. We saved over $200 on the things we bought. We buy Christmas presents, Pollyannas, all kinds of stuff. So we also hung out with our friend, the Philly captain, and the Pandemic crew for the tree lighting and had a great time. For those who don't know who the Pandemic crew are, if you remember during COVID, there was a group of people who hung out outside the stadium when they weren't allowed to have fans. And they were there every game. We've gotten to know most of them. They are incredibly kind people, wonderful people. And it's a pleasure to hang out with them. We'll be seeing some of them again tonight. We're going to the Flyers game. And we'll see some of them there, which is always enjoyable. So, yesterday we just did some shopping for decorations, all that. My wife has our tree up. It's a brand new tree this year. She did a beautiful job on it. I'll take a picture of it and show it on the channel. But it was for the most part a decent week. Parkinson's wise, my legs seem to feel extra heavy this week, extra fatigue, tiredness. I don't know from one day to the next how I'm going to feel in a given day. That's why most of the time when we have plans, we try to make them as flexible as possible. That's... it is what it is. I don't mean to make it seem that simple or that cavalier, but you learn to roll with it. At my exercise class last week, let me put in a plug there for Unshaken. I go to an exercise class every Wednesday at 11 a.m. At Total Turf in Pitman, New Jersey. If you are in this area and you'd like information on it, please reach out to me. I'd be very glad to provide it. My instructor there, when I was talking to him about the fatigue, he says your mind is still trying to tell your body that everything is normal, or what the old normal was. Let me say that, and your body is saying no, it's not, and there's the conflict, and the conflict between those things is partially what's making you tired. And I don't dispute that. It made a lot of sense. I'm trying to work on accepting this more. There are many days I still don't. I'm not going to lie. I will get up some days, especially the days I feel really good, and I think, I'm imagining all this. It's not really happening. And then later in the day, my body says, I fooled you there. So, the mental adjustment, again, mental health. And that's kind of what I want to get into, what I want to talk about this week. And I guess my main subject is going to be isolation. And Parkinson's, at least my experience, everything I say here is my experience. I am not a doctor. I am not a expert. You will get my opinion in what is occurring with me. The Parkinson's, for me, wants me to isolate. Now, let me qualify that. I am by nature a very solitary person. And the Parkinson's, and previously my addiction issues, which I'm very open about, just put that solitariness, that isolation, that need to be isolated even more. And for someone like me, I mean, I don't know, maybe COVID, maybe I was built for it a little better than most people, but I digress. I can tend to isolate, and Parkinson's is a very, very isolating condition for me. You feel like you are not what you used to be, not what you were. You start telling yourself you will never be that at what you were, and that snowball starts going downhill, and it is very hard to stop, very hard. For the most part, I am really trying to do certain things that I normally may not have done in the past. If I am out, like for example tonight at the hockey game, I won't be running around. I won't be doing a lot of standing. I won't be doing a lot of walking. I know my limitations, and I try to know, like put myself in positions where the disease will not make me leave things. So far, I haven't had to. Like I talked about previously, when we were on vacation this year at Niagara Falls, we were lucky that, the way we went, and even when we drove, we were able to space things out and take our time. And, when we had the tour guide at the falls, he was great. He couldn't have been any better. You just know you have to adjust in certain ways. But Parkinson's feels lonely, and it part of, I think, that loneliness comes from the disease manifests differently in everybody. One fact I do know, having been told this at my exercise classes, only 30% of the people with Parkinson's have a tremor. Michael J. Fox, God bless him, is the face of the disease, and most people think everybody with Parkinson's is going to end up like that, and it's just not true. And I don't say that as a criticism of him or anything like that. God bless him; he does amazing work, and he has a lot more courage than I will ever have. But it's a disease that a lot of people just don't really know a whole lot about, and that's knowledge is power. I'm trying to learn as much as I can. If anybody out there knows more than I do about something, please pass information along to me. I'd be glad to hear it. Your moods will work against you with this disease, and it's my moods are changing on a dime sometimes, and I'm not even aware of it. And you've got to try to get a grip on it. And my wife thinks, and I agree with her, that I'm trying to be more aware of when I'm having off and on periods, basically meaning when my medication is working and when it's not. And right now we're kind of adjusting the times I take it to try to shorten those off periods as much as possible. So, we'll try that. One thing that I've been told from people at my exercise classes, that first year is the worst because of all the adjustments you have to make. And I'm finding that out. But the thing that's made the most difference in me, and Saturday will be 6 months for me of my diagnosis. I was diagnosed on June 6th. I remember that date because it's my late father's birthday. So it's easy for me to remember that date. What a 6 months it's been, to say the least. But to get back to moods, you've got to get out into social settings. Force yourself to. Don't worry about being slow or talking slow. My frustrations are when my movements are not as quick as I want them to, particularly if I've got to do multiple activities, like multiple movements quickly. And I can get very frustrated very quickly with that. One thing I've learned in my exercise classes, I've got to try to slow my momentum down. If I'm moving, doing an exercise, my movement is too exaggerated, and my coordination, which was never good to begin with the Parkinson's, is completely out the window. And then my frustration hits, and that's not good. But I'll get there, I didn't get Parkinson's overnight. I'm not going to be able to learn to live with it overnight. That's just a fact. What I can, I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't isolate. Be around other people, family, friends. Find a support. I think a support group, whether it be an exercise class like I have, or go online and find people. There are great online pages on Facebook, on Reddit, that have people with Parkinson's, and we all try to talk to each other about things we're dealing with and problems, and you'd be amazed. Everybody is so similar yet so different, if you understand what I mean by that. And with Thanksgiving being in the rearview mirror, and you're thankful for the good days you have. You're thankful you have days. You're thankful that that they found that you have this disease, that you have good doctors, that you have a great family, that you still have a fulfilling life. I pretty much do most of the things, a lot of the things I was doing previously. I don't do them at fast. Um, the issue of work I'm going to have to attack this week and next week, to figure out how I'm going to proceed with that. I have physical limitations. I don't have any stamina. I can't be on my feet for 8 hours. I just can't. I don't have the energy, the stamina to do that. So I'm going to have to figure something out temporarily, or whatever. And I will. I have ideas as to what, at least to temporarily figure out. I had a suggestion from a friend on Saturday about a place to look into that maybe can help me figure out what I'm able to do and or not do. And as I get more into that, I will share that with you. So we'll see. As a wiser man than I says, there's much ahead. So I hope everyone has a good week. I've been posting little things that I do, events, like the tree lighting and things like that, and the Mayfair Parade. I want people to see that I'm not just sitting around feeling sorry for myself, that you can be active, to live a full life, as full life as you can. That's why I show those things. This is a work in progress. I'm still learning what I'm doing here. I am very grateful, though. I have a lot of input, people to help me out. My wife, my two friends who are professional YouTubers, Gnomestead, My Alaskan Journey, My Alaskan Life. I can't remember the exact name of his page. And the Philly Captain, who is a tremendous source of knowledge and support. And I'm grateful to everything he has done for me, not just with helping this channel. There are very few people who are as good human beings as he is, and Gnomestead. They're the absolute best, and I love them dearly. And some of you who help, I know you're not looking for public thanks and things like that, and you like to fly under the radar, but no, it's appreciated. I have no right to put somebody in the public eye that didn't ask to be there. So I kind of, I try to be respectful of your privacy. What I want to do with this channel is I'm going to have a little topic and talk every week. I try to go no more than 20 minutes or so. But if there's anything you would like, any suggestions you have, whether a topic or things like that, or anything, please put it in the comments. I'm glad to hear it. This channel is only going to be as good as the people who watch it, and it's greatly appreciated. And again, I want to thank everyone for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, share this, especially with your family or friends who may have Parkinson's. And we can all together help each other out and be the absolute best we can be and have the best lives we can have. So, have a good week, everyone. I will be at the Flyers game tonight, which will be a great deal of fun. There is a very fun thing happening there that is why I'm going, and I can't reveal it because it's, you know, but I'll talk about it next week. We'll see what the rest of the week holds. You know, we'll be doing Christmas shopping and trying to figure out how we're handling the holidays, and you know, and so on and so forth. Have a good week, everybody. Be well, and I will see you next Monday.